Thank you. In an effort to bring us back on time, you'll get the abridged version. So I too rise to support this motion that the Cook Labor government has failed to adequately consider and govern regional Western Australia. Fortunate enough to live in one of the best places in Western Australia. It's such a gift to be down there. We have... Sorry. Hey, steady. What, 6 and 7?
6 and 7.
No.
You're not in your seat, member.
Thank you, we're running out of time.
I'll let you off this time.
Order. Member for Albany.
Thank you very much. The consensus at home is about regional Western Australia, especially in our area of Albany and the Great Southern, just not getting a fair go. There's real concern over some of our infrastructure, especially around our water supply, around our gas. Moreover, at the gas at the moment, I do acknowledge the Minister for Water and the progression of our desalination plant. What does give me rise for concern is the energy that we're going to need for that, with what's going to happen potentially with our gas system and the push from the government. Well, hoping so. Hoping so, Minister.
You'll never win the seat of Albany, though.
Apparently there's eight feeds of energy coming into Albany. 4 are at par and there's 4 that are not. So it does give you rise for concern if we're going to have 8,000 users within Albany being pushed onto electricity, as to how that grid is going to cope. And how we know that the energy need for our desalination plant will be great, but that's probably the priority. Yeah. But the priority for Albany will actually be to replace that reticulated gas system and keep people on that system in Albany. We are not third world citizens. We deserve a reticulated gas system, not push us back into the 19th century where we're having to put gas bottles on our house to supply. They did do it for Esperance.
Yeah, that's right. So what about Albany?
Well, we're waiting for that.
Yeah.
It'll be the cheapest thing for the taxpayers to actually have that reticulated gas system replaced. It's an unfortunate cost that government is going to have to bear, but ultimately that will go down to the taxpayer.
Who sold the gas network?
Long before my time, Minister. But it is a great opportunity to have that infrastructure back under government control. So on that gas network, we have there is potential there. With our businesses rely on it. There's a lot of, as a tourism centre and a major tourism hub in the state, we have a lot of businesses that rely on gas. Rustler's, our steakhouse, there's a number of pizza houses in place. They cannot move to electricity. Ever had a pizza done in an electric oven? Not quite the same.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Housing is probably, as it is across the state and moreover regionally, housing is one of our biggest concerns. The figures out for last month, we are still on 0.3% availability for rental market, and we know that a balanced market works between that 2.5% and 3.5%, but 0.3%. So you can only imagine that the stress that we are under trying to find housing for our locals. Does anybody want to hazard a guess as to how many houses actually available in Albany for rent last month?
2.
We've maxed it out to 12, so we're doing better than that 10. 12 houses for a population of nearly 40,000 people. It is unbelievable. We've had another announcement rebirthed again about some community housing that's coming, and that'll be thanks to Advance Housing, and their CEO John Lysart is probably one of the best operators in the state. We will have about 35, 36 houses coming into a complex of 1 and 2 bedroom houses that will assist us with our community housing. But community housing is not the only solution. We need help with land release. We had a press release come through a couple of days ago saying 20 blocks. I thought it was a misprint. We don't need 20 blocks. We need 200. We need 2,000. We need those blocks on the ground. That will alleviate the pressure of our housing market. We've got an overheated market where that pricing is just going through the roof. We're lucky to have one of the lowest crime rates in the state, and once again, our superintendent John Munday is one of the better operators within the state, and he runs an exceptional service within Albany. Give them more grow housing and they'll be able to fully facilitate and staff what they've got, having to move staff around. But that's where John sits, and he does do a great job with the resources that they've got available. Somebody's phone going?
Yep. It's a carton.
I think it might be upstairs. Must be somebody somewhere.
Ringing about fuel?
Yeah, probably. Well, let's jump on the fuel. Yeah. The impact on tourism in the Great Southern, as well as many places around Perth, is going to be substantial. That unsecurity around the fuel, we're coming up for our busiest time with Easter. Everybody knows that everybody disappears to the regions to take advantage of what we all have to offer. That fuel security is going to really have a big impact on what tourism is. Not only for people getting to us and back to the city, if that's where they're coming from, but also the operators within the regions. We're fortunate enough at the last election, being a marginal seat, that we had a fair few election promises come our way. Road safety, we had a $50 million commitment given to fix up the South Coast Highway.
And they still lost it.
And if anybody's ever driven that road and had two B doubles pass at the same time, it is not a pleasant experience. It is not a safe bit of road, but we've now been awarded 25 out of the 50, so we look forward to the other commitment of that other $25 million becoming available. Also had committed to a $60 million for another 32-bed facility at the Albany Regional Hospital. Still not in the budget, but a commitment was made that would be delivered to us in early 27. I have reservations about the ability to deliver that in that time frame, but we are desperate for that facility. We deserve that facility. We deserve world-class access to health facilities, proper housing, and the same quality of life that those in the city expect. I don't imagine that with our gas being removed, that if that was happening within the city block, that it would be taken well and that people would actually accept having to have gas bottles pushed back onto their home. Just one access, while I've got it with the police. We had an issue I raised in the Parliament regarding a young lady who lived on Uglow Street in Lockyer. The police are doing an exceptional job. They've told me that they've had 9 call-outs, though, to this premise across the road that is causing us problem in the last 6 weeks alone. Our system is broken. If we can't protect our constituents from machete fights, knife fights and now crossbows in that area, we deserve better.
Yeah, sure.
I have every faith the police, our local police, can deal with it, and they will deal with it, but they need help from all departments, community, housing, Department of Communities, Department of Housing, rectify where these residents are breaking the law and move them on. What we're seeking in the regions is a fair go. Does it pass the pub test at the moment? No, it doesn't. Albany and the Great Southerns, we are not on the fringe. We're a critical part of Western Australia's economy and identity. But right now, regional Western Australia is being treated as an afterthought. Until that changes, regional Western Australia will continue to be left behind. We deserve better. Thank you.
The member for Murray